Hello. I just have a few thoughts about migrant situation and some of the TikToks that I've been seeing lately. And I'm also looking at everything as existing circularly. So we've all heard and also now have seen some of the effects of the large influx of migrants into New York City, into other states in the country where, so-called states that are sanctuary states, allowing migrants in at unprecedented rates and completely overflowing the cities and the country with people who are looking for a better life, when we have lots of people in our own country before anyone came in further still looking to try to exist. To say that it's not fair is really not doing it justice, but in my humble opinion, I think that there's much more sinister forces at work here. And lots of other groups that basically control the world. It's not the politicians, they're the puppets, but the world is being controlled. And perhaps there's much more sinister forces at work here. And again, it's only my opinion. But what if the powers that be are using the migrants to come in to our country, all the country and throughout the states, in an effort at forcing the people that are United States citizens to actually seek refuge somewhere else? Almost like a circle, like people from Honduras and Nicaragua, Vietnam, Indonesia. They're coming here as migrants, and then ironically enough, you see ads on TikTok to have a better life, retiring in those same countries that sometimes the migrants are even coming from. It's baffling. Maybe they're looking to have all of the large landowners of the big office buildings and the residences, if they have to sell at 25% of the value of their properties now, because the cities have been inundated with migrants and crime is up and government resources are being reallocated to migrants rather than to our own people, creating a further need for people to fight, essentially creating a civil war again between the rich and the poor. I mean, who's going to win? So, again, these are just my opinions, but it's kind of looking a lot like perhaps, they're looking to flush the United States of citizens and replenish that flush with a new whole group of people that will become the new United States with new citizenships, under whatever special, protocols the government, kind of ends up creating for them. Already, we see lots of different hotels that were routinely being used for $400 a night, $500 a night for guests in the city are being, solely and only used for migrants, where we still have a lot of our own people sleeping on the streets. It's obscene, to say the least. But it's a trickle-down effect. It starts very, very high up, and it's going to end up how it's going to end up. The powers that be, maybe they think that they're always going to be on top, but perhaps maybe not. I think enough people these days are smart enough to understand, decipher, and interpret all of the various things out there. Not just I don't watch the news at all. I get all of my news gathering from reading books, non-fictional books, and also writing books, and also reading and interpreting various informational pieces out there. You know, they talk about conspiracy theories and they talk about being woke, and you have to really be the kind of person that has to look at the world as a whole. You can't look at the world with tunnel vision, because if you do, then you're going to follow everyone along. And look at what's going on in the world. Look at how the migrants have taken over. It's not a political issue. It's not a Democrat Republican issue. It's a life issue. It's a worldwide issue. All parties, sorry to say it, unfortunately, in United States politics are corrupt. In other countries, not so much. But here, for sure that they are. And that's why the United States has become the laughing stock of the world, because we can't even take care of our own problems, yet we're always trying to get involved in everyone else's. So I just leave with this, please, pay attention to what's going on, look at what's going on, and watch how the migrant situation continues to get worse, and watch how they come up with another reason to shut everything down. And that's not my theory, that's just the way it's going to be. It's a textbook. Read the Bilderberg Group, read that book, fantastic book. But anyway, be aware of what's going on in the world and in your own house, and don't be a sheep, right? Be a shepherd. Peace, everybody. God bless you.